Never lose your zeal. Never lose that fire and passion you have for Jesus. Years ago, one of my old mentors told me that after I showed them some sketches of a button I wanted to design. Like a little button you put on your clothes or bag or something. And it said, "Get saved now. Ask me how." And this was years ago. I can't remember if the idea was from a button that was like lose weight now or buy this now or something that was really popular at the time. Never lose your zeal, he told me, and I wished I would have listened and been able to keep to his advice. There's been some times when my zeal has been lukewarm and tepid, just kind of going through the motions of in my Christianity, kind of showing up at church, forcing myself to pray, to read the Bible, and then even coming to a point when I didn't do that. Those were some sad times when my fire for Jesus was seriously snuffed out. Kind of like the tribe has spoken line from Survivor. We were watching the television show Survivor recently, and as usual, someone got voted off the island. And as usual, the host said the same thing he said for like a gazillion times to the ousted person. "It's time for you to bring me your torch. Fire represents life, and the tribe has spoken." And then he ceremoniously puts out their torch, and they sadly walk away. I guess after the first, 1,000 trillion times he says this, it must have been pretty dramatic. But after that, anyway, the idea of fire and light representing life is something the show's producers could have taken right out of the Bible, though. One verse in Leviticus says, "The fire on the altar must be kept burning. It must not go out. Every morning the priest is to add firewood and arrange the burnt offering on the fire and burn the fat of the fellowship offerings on it." It goes on to say the fire must be kept burning on the altar continuously. It must not go out. That was one of the priestly requirements back in the Old Testament. Keeping the fire burning for us needs to be one of ours in the here and now. The activities needed to keep a fire, a literal fire burning, and keeping our spiritual fire burning are kind of the same. Both fires need to be tended to. They need to be replenished daily. With the physical fire, that means adding wood. In the verse from Leviticus, the priest would do that every morning, first thing. It's a great idea for us to wake up every morning and add spiritual firewood to your soul. Roll out of bed and get on your knees. Open your Bible before you open your email. Arrange your morning in order of priority. Think about this. Fires need to be protected and sheltered. If you're out in the wilderness, your fire is your survival. It needs to be a priority. Your relationship with God needs to be treated with that same level of importance. Keep your fire burning bright, and you'll never lose your zeal and love for Jesus.